And here we go again. Welcome, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome back. If you've been here before, I am your guy, the Sports Judge. You can follow me on Twitter, SportsJudge85, and you can follow me on Instagram, SportsJudge85, and of course, right here on my YouTube channel. The NFL has suspended Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair 3 games after his hit on Sunday on Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Al-Shaair has had multiple offenses for personal fouls and sportsmanship-related rules violations in previous seasons. It's been reported that Al-Shaair is appealing this suspension. The NFL Vice President of Operations, John Runyon, issued the suspension and delivered a stern message stating, quote, "Your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it is troubling and does not reflect the core values of the NFL. Your continued disregard for NFL playing rules puts the health and safety of both you and your opponents in jeopardy and will not be tolerated." You want to know what gets me with all this? DeMeco Ryans. The fact that he has the audacity to go above and beyond to defend Al-Shaair. You literally sat there in front of a slew of reporters during a press conference supporting Al-Shaair after his hit on Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence. In defending Azeez, his player, after that late hit on Trevor Lawrence, Ryans undermines the NFL's player safety rules. It appears as if DeMeco Ryans supports and promotes dirty play on his team. By blaming his opponent and defending his player as though he did nothing wrong, it shows the kind of person and environment the Texans as an organization wants to be. I mean, that's just what I take away from his comments. If you go back and watch the hit, Al-Shaair initially hit Trevor Lawrence in the head, which warranted a suspension. I wonder what Ryan's reaction would be if it were to happen to his quarterback, CJ Stroud. Imagine a player who delivers a nasty cheap shot to CJ. I wonder what his reaction would be. I guarantee you he would have a different perspective on the whole situation. I do believe he would be saying the exact opposite. You, your players, and everybody on that sideline would overreact and do whatever you have to do to protect your quarterback. You and your players would have responded the same way the Jacksonville Jaguars did after that dirty play. I do not agree with DeMeco's comments defending Al-Shaair. Again, can you imagine if somebody hit CJ Stroud like that? It would be a hell lot worse. Let's just put it at that. Pretty sure some of them would cry about it if that happened to CJ Stroud. See, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when somebody else does it. That was an overreaction? Their team overreacted? Now you tell me, go back and look at the footage. What team wouldn't react if you took out their quarterback the way Al-Shaair did? They're not supposed to react that way? Is that what you're telling me? They're not supposed to look out for their brother and come for the guy on the opposing team that delivered the cheap shot? Is that what you're telling me? Them linemen are coming for you. You hit the quarterback like that, best believe they're coming for you. Oh yeah, you best believe they're going to retaliate. That's going to happen every time you hit the opposing quarterback. I'm telling you, if that happened to CJ Stroud, man, those Texans players are coming for you. If you don't come for them and do absolutely nothing, that tells me everything I need to know about your team. You're going to look out for your quarterback. You're going to stand up for your teammates. If you don't respond like that, it tells me you don't have your teammates' backs. That's what it tells me. The league only suspended Al-Shaair 3 games. Slap on the wrist. The suspension was unfair according to Texans GM. The GM was pretty fired up. You know what, though? I find it fascinating that he brought up the word embarrassment. First thing that comes to mind when I think of him, or when you bring up his name, is how embarrassing his tenure was before you hired DeMeco Ryans and drafted C.J. Stroud. Because prior to that, he was an absolute disgrace as a GM. He was a terrible GM. Coaches he kept firing, pushing in and out the door. How dare he goes in front of reporters to defend a man who was warned 7 times. You're asking for consistency? You're defending this man? Are you saying they should have suspended him before? Is that what you're trying to say here? This is what the league should have done a long time ago to Al-Shaair. If anything, Al-Shaair got off light. Repeated violent and aggressive behavior, no remorse. Fines are apparently not impacting his pockets enough. I would suspend him for the remainder of the season. That was the most senseless, the dirtiest hit you would see. Al-Shaair has a history. He just got fined $111,000 last week for a late hit out of bounds on Titans running back Tony Pollard in week 12. He got fined $11,000 for punching Bears running back Rashawn Johnson on the sideline. So what it tells me is he needs to work out his issues in therapy before playing another game. It's the repeated pattern of behavior that has to stop. At some point, if he continues, the other teams are going to target him, and that's not going to be good. That's not good for anyone. After so many times, it's no longer a pattern. It's your character. If this cycle keeps repeating and you keep up this behavior, you'll find yourself out of the league real quick. Once is an accident. Twice is a coincidence. 3 times is a pattern. It's just repeating over and over and over. This needs to end. And if the NFL is serious about player safety, they should consider removing this guy from the league. I know I sound harsh, but hell, he continues to do the same thing over and over again. Doesn't learn from it. That's it? The league only suspends him for 3 games? That's all? That's a light suspension. I'm furious with the way the league has handled this because he's a repeat offender and clearly doesn't get the message. And see, that's the other thing. The NFL is just too damn inconsistent. And how dare DeMeco Ryans? You know, I like this guy a lot, but how dare he defends this man? Does he realize how violent this guy is? He keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again. He's getting fined. He finally got suspended. I think the suspension should have been, like I said, the remainder of the year. But when you have guys defending him, what that tells me is that, they're saying, it's okay. You could keep delivering cheap shots. You can keep going to the head. You can keep punching people in their face. It is okay to do all these things. It is okay to make a fool out of yourself and do something stupid. What's going to happen is that he's going to end up finding himself out of this league if he keeps this up. And what the problem I have is that you got people in the front office and you got your head coach basically condoning this behavior. Like, how can you condone this kind of behavior? How can you let this continue to go on like this? You can't. I still don't think the suspension was good enough. I think you put his ass on timeout for the rest of the season. That's just what I think. But guys, it's been fun chatting with you. I got to get out of here now. I just wanted to react to that and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on that, because I know that's been the talk around the NFL and everybody's been talking about it. I've been seeing other podcasters, I've been seeing other YouTubers talk about this, and I wanted to give my thoughts on this as well. But that's what I think about the whole situation, and I think it could have been handled a lot differently by the NFL. And I think if DeMeco wasn't gonna say something that didn't come off as insensitive, or, that comes off as you condoning violent behavior, then he should have just kept his mouth shut, just as well as the general manager. The general manager was bitter. It's as if he's mad. I don't know. I'm confused. Did you want him to get suspended, or didn't you want him to get suspended? I'm confused. I'm trying to figure out where he's coming from or where he's going with it. But I don't know. But I do know that Al-Shaair needs to get his act together and needs to get some professional help if this has it, because this is troubling. This has become a pattern, and he's a repeat offender, and he needs to seriously get some help. That's a problem. It's a serious problem. But guys, I'm out of here now. You guys take care. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me. We'll talk again very soon. It's been fun chatting with you guys as always. I got to get out of here now because I got to go pick up my daughter. But hey, guys, take care. We'll talk again very soon.